Testing the mic. Okay. Hello. Hey guys, am I audible now? I see a comment from Rohan that I'm not audible. Comment चले गए. Good evening all. We'll just wait for 5 more minutes for everyone to join. अगर कोई later हो तो. And then we'll begin. Cool. More than 50 people have joined, so I think we can start. So hey guys, my name is Kaushal, and like you, some of you might have read my bio today. I had posted a brief introduction about myself. तो उसी पे will elongate, and plus we wanted to cover everything that comes under the MBA purview. MBA क्या होता है, किसको करना चाहिए, किसको नहीं करना चाहिए, क्यों करना चाहिए, and what my life at Joka looked like, and what are the opportunities after an MBA. ठीक है? Let's proceed. So our agenda for today would be an introduction to KJ, which is me, not Karan Johar, myself. We'll start with that. Then who should do an MBA? An ideal candidate, how does that look like? Then why an MBA? If you are an ideal candidate, or even if you're not, and if you're interested in MBA, why you should do that? And fourth would be my journey within Joka, before Joka, after Joka as well, my corporate stint and other things. And then opportunities after MBA. कि किधर नौकरी लग सकता है, कितना पैसा मिलेगा, कितना टाइम करना चाहिए, and so on and so forth. Okay? Feel free to stop me with your comments and questions if you have any during the course of the presentation. Can we shift back to the same tab? Awesome. So yeah, a brief introduction about me. I am a factory producer. I was born and brought up in Kota, Rajasthan. I am sure most of you know Kota as that factory, but Kota has always been an educational hub, so it was really interesting to grow up in Kota, being around all these coaching centers, as well as kind of an entirely educational background. So I was born and raised there. Then a keen interest in mathematics led me to take IIT JEE, and I did decently well there to land up at IIT Delhi. In IIT Delhi, I was majorly involved in more of extracurriculars rather than the academics. I saw a question there in between what was my CPI. I will not want to venture in there. If you can find out from somewhere, all the best on that. At IIT Delhi, like I said, I was venturing into various extracurriculars for my personality development, because I had been primarily involved in acads before my IIT days. That was primarily for JEE Advanced. Then I did my MBA from IIM Calcutta. Prior to that, I had 2 years of work experience in 2 different kinds of companies. One was a corporate in Gurgaon and one was a corporate in Pune. And these were also different kinds of sectors. One was a consulting profile, while one was a hardcore technical associate profile. I did very well at my first CAT. I did score at 99.97 percentile, which always helps and becomes a lifelong resume point if you score that well. I have been a strategic growth and a business consulting professional. I've had close to 4 years of work experience in consulting, project management, which is my forte. Data analytics was how I started my career with. Product, I have had some internships as well. Cross-cultural communication and enterprise relationship building for majorly B2B sales and everything else. I'm also passionate about acads and mentoring. I've had experiences of mentoring both JEE students as well as CAT aspirants, and I have usually had good feedback. Let me know If I fumble or if I do not that good here, I'm happy to have your feedback as well as suggestions for improving much and further. Moving on to the next slide. How does an ideal MBA look like? Is this you? Is this can be you? An ideal MBA candidate is kind of a generalist, जिसको like राजपाल यादव ने चुप चुप के सब आता है और सबका एक्सपर्ट वो खुद को समझता है, तो he can be a generalist in all aspects of how a business can function. Like let's say आप प्रोडक्ट के बारे में कुछ जानना चाहते हैं, तो how can the product execution look like, product management look like, if उस प्रोडक्ट टीम में और लोग इन्वॉल्व है तो how does that project management look like, also उसके बाद डिलीवरी सेल्स, how do you bring that product out in the market, how do you market it. So an MBA, during an MBA your courses will be around everything that comes under the overall business umbrella, so it will try to cover everything and make you a generalist. Great, moving on to the next slide. Who should do an MBA? I mean, primarily what I have seen in my experience is it's because of a career switch. You are currently not happy with your profile, your networking that you're getting, you're bored of your current job, or you find that paisa utna nahi hai, you want to do well financially. MBA is always an add-on for that. Secondly, it also helps a lot that what exactly are you looking for, like what are your career aspirations and goals. क्यों करना है MBA? आगे आपको 5 years 10 years down the line क्या लगता है कि मेरे को this should be my forte, or this is something that I am really good at and this is something that I really want to do. Your MBA aspirations should always be aligning to those kind of goals and career aspirations. Third, if you want to develop a generalist skill set, like I said in the previous slide, कि an MBA usually is a very generalist kind of a guy who knows bits and pieces of everything while also trying to bring them all together. He's good at that. So if you want to develop that kind of a generalist skill set, you should be doing an MBA. Fourth point is if you are aspiring for leadership roles. I see a question that does age matter? If I have 4 years of work experience, can I do an MBA? Of course. Like I said, if it aligns with your career aspirations and goals, and if you currently feel that you're not getting those, you should definitely aspire for an MBA. We were at the fourth point, aspiring to leadership roles. So right now, let's say you're an associate at some place, or you're just a fresher, but 15 years, 20 years down the line, or maybe within 5 years down the line, you are aspiring for a leadership kind of a scenario. We'll cover leadership basics more in the next slide. But if you are aspiring for that, an MBA definitely is a push on that, and it also adds a brand value to it, so that your corporate folks feel happy about giving you those kind of leadership roles. Fifth point is if you want to open your own firm and business. So you might be doing a job, or you might be just studying your basic undergraduation right now, but you have in mind कि I've always thought about कि I want to have this own business, but I don't know how to proceed. क्या करना चाहिए exactly? And MBA definitely helps there as well, because आपको Master of Business Administration course में यही सब पढ़ाया जाता है, how to build a business, how to start one, और उसमें क्या क्या intricacies आ सकती हैं. That is entirely covered in the course. So if you want to open your firm or business, you should definitely do an MBA. If you're looking to network as well, this was primarily my thing, that I really wanted to meet more people, meet more like-minded people and smart people. That's why I did an MBA, because I was looking to network. I've always liked meeting new people, making new friends, trying to know more and more people. So looking to network, if that is something that you're extremely interested in, you should opt for an MBA. Meanwhile, I'll just go through some comments and check if we have any doubts or questions. Isha and Manav will try to cover majorly all of those things as well in subsequent slides. If we do not, let me know at the end as well. I will try to take those questions as well. And the last point is, last few points, you don't know that what roles to look for, but you have a good aptitude. Sometimes we don't know that what we really want in life, which happened to me again. My primarily reasons for doing an MBA was, first was looking to network, and second was I was really not sure on what exactly that I'm looking at, but I had a decent aptitude. So MBA made the right sense for me, because I thought that I would be able to ace CAT and be at a place where I would be finally able to recognize or reckon on what exactly is it that I'm looking out of a career from my overall life. Last point is professional switch. let's say you are a medical professional, or let's say you are a dentist, or you're something in an entirely different profession, let's say photography or something, but you're looking for a chance in corporate and want to make that mark, make that experience count, as well as you want to improve your personality and end up in more leadership roles, MBA would be a right fit for you. I'll just check if there are any more questions. Yes, Rohan, like I said, if you want to change your profession as well, and if you want to develop general skill set, if your career aspirations are not aligning with your civil engineering degree, you can or you should opt for an MBA. Leadership skills, a primary thing that is taught in all B schools, in all good B schools, or in any kind of MBA degree. What leadership skills entails is problem solving, which is like one of the major aspects of living both professionally and personally. If you are very good at problem solving, half of the life becomes very easy. Second is decision making. Once you have solved the problem, to prioritize and to execute those kind of decisions on how to exactly solve those problems comes under decision making, which is also improved through leadership skills, which is a part of your MBA journey. Third is integrity and ethics. It's very important. We sometimes forget, and there have been a lot of cases of corruption as well, because power corrupts, and so integrity and ethics is something that I strongly feel a leader should have. It does not only reflect on your own personality, but it reflects on the company's values and missions as well, wherever you are working. And fourth is passion. If you are not passionate about the work that you're doing, if you're not passionate about the team that you're working with, your leadership skills of all these three things might eventually start getting boring. So to keep that passion alive and to keep it all interactive and active, you also need to have leadership skills, which is a part of your MBA journey again, which is one of the major reasons what I believe is why people do an MBA for. I'll move on to my personal journey now. So I graduated from IIT Delhi in 2017 while being a 6-point someone. Here answers your CPI question, Rohan. And with absolutely no clue, like I said, I did not know what exactly was my career aspirations during that time. And I saw plenty of engineers do MBA, take CAT or ZAT or GMAT and everything else. So I wrote my first CAT as well. I did seemingly well. I scored a 99.97 percentile in my first attempt, but couldn't convert any colleges of IIM Ahmedabad or IIM Calcutta. Primarily, I think because I did not prepare very well for interviews, because I was very confident after my CAT scores. There was an overconfidence that I need not prepare for interviews, and I think I could not convert there. I took CAT again the next year while I was working in Gurgaon for a corporate, while working, and I did score a 99.9 plus percentile in quantitative aptitude, but my overall percentile wasn't that much that I can receive calls from any of the Blackie colleges. So I could not join at that point of time. In my third attempt, I scored a 99.83 percentile. I took a break. I took a 1-month break from mid-October to November to primarily focus and target CAT itself, because I thought that this is the last time that I'm appearing for it. And like they say, the third time is the charm. I could finally convert JOCA. And in this, I also wanted to highlight the fact that in this break that I had from mid-October to November, where I was primarily unemployed, I had taken a career break as well to primarily focus on CAT. I attempted a lot of mocks and spent more time on analysis, because in your entire CAT journey, it becomes more and much more important to analyze what kind of mistakes you are repeating, you're constantly making, and how to get rid of them or how to shorten them so that you do the best that you can in your CAT. Moving on to the next slide. That was before JOCA. This is during JOCA. So one of my primary key takeaways, or one of my primary key factors at happiness at JOCA was, it's a beautiful campus of 7 lakes. It's a very enriching campus. It's 45 kilometers away from Kolkata, and you'll see the lakes. You're like right amongst the nature, and I think that improves your psychology. It improves your behavioral aspects. It also keeps you happy. And second was co-ed hostels. Being from an IIT, I had never seen co-ed hostels, so that was something that was really interesting for me there, on my growth journey as well. What are the pros? You are around smart people. There are plenty of learnings on time management and personality. You might think that you are always smart because you have just scored a 99.9 percentile or something. Oh, I'm so smart and something like that. But at a journey at IIM brings you down, it humbles you down, because you see plenty of much more genius folks around you, which does not only help in your personality development and humbling you down, it also has plenty of learnings in terms of time management. Second, you're around people from very different kinds of cultures. By that I mean they can be from either part of the country, which obviously improves your personality and you tells you how to communicate with these different kinds of cultures, which might happen at your engineering colleges as well. But what is an add-on in an MBA school is the type of colleges of these students can also be very different. So you might be an engineer, but you would have only seen the engineering side of things, while there can be a BA, BCom, B honors, and it gives you a very different perspective on life, on profession, on career, everything in general, which again adds to your personality development. Third is different professions, because you might again be a fresher or I'm sorry, the Alpha Knight has said I have 95% in both and would probably have 80% plus. The Alpha Knight, I'll try to answer your question at the end. People, if you can come, if you want to comment right now, you can. We'll keep the questions for the end so that I can cover the presentation, my side of presentation right now, and take your questions one by one. Sure. Okay, moving on. The other pro that I was talking about was different professions and different age groups. What this adds on is because you will be around people who might be 23, 24, or you can be around people who are 35 plus as well. So this gives you a different age perspective as well, ki how life looks like 5 years, 10 years down the line, and you're studying with these people, which makes it very interesting as a journey, as a career growth journey, as well as a personal growth journey for you. And different professions, how does that help? Like I had said in the beginning, if you are not very sure on which profession that you should be aspiring for or what are your career goals, these kind of people might be able to help you out on what exactly these professions look like, so that you can have an informed choice on, oh, maybe I'm interested in management consulting, or maybe I'm interested in finance, and take up that to focus on that and take a career ahead in there. Third point, which is just Joka significant thing. In IIM Calcutta, we have a saying that in Joka we leave no one behind. So there is a great camaraderie and a great companionship that we find at that college. This helps you build friendship that might last a long time, even a lifetime. And some folks do end up finding their spouses at these schools as well, if that's a pro for you. Cons, I don't think there are any cons except the fees. Happy to see your comments on what do you think are the cons at living in a B school. My memories at some memories at Joka. So these kind of shenanigans happen at the end when you're graduating. Both first years and second years vote, and you get these kind of awards, which are a bit silly but also very entertaining. I was called the Johnny Bravo of the batch. Second picture is, this is because I did my MBA during COVID times. We had to do this in Zoom calls, and this is what exactly our second year lectures used to look like. There were different screens and different people attending those classes. This was the second year MBA journey. This was the LVH bridge. This is a bridge, iconic bridge of Joka. It is right in front of Lakeview Hostel, combining the campus to the biggest hostel that we have, across the biggest lake that we have. This is our new academic block where our lectures used to happen. And this is my convocation picture with my parents, which happened after 2 years because that could not happen in 2021 because of COVID second wave. So this just happened in June 2023. Now we'll talk about opportunities post MBA की नौकरी क्या क्या मिल सकती है और which are the high paying jobs which are available for a post MBA guy or a girl. So first we'll cover the business analyst part. Business analysts are basically a professional who works within an organization to analyze, understand and document the business processes and systems. इनको बेसिकली मेजरली एक्सेल या आर या पाइथन के साथ काम करना रहता है, या फिर यू माइट हैव अ टीम हु आर वर्किंग टुगेदर ऑन दिस to analyze exactly how we can improve our processes or sales or any kind of other process that we are talking about is a business analyst. How to improve your business, उसका analysis करते हैं ये लोग. It's more or less majority of these will have a 25 plus lakh LPA package if you are from a decent enough B school, and some obviously might have a higher, like an investment banker. Finances में it's known that you will have a higher package, but it also kills your work-life balance. How you maintain that or how you manage that is up to you, or what your priorities are. It definitely depends on that, but there are certain jobs that will take away a lot of your time, a lot of your focus, a lot of your mental space as well. So it's your choice to make if you want to prioritize work-life balance more or money more. whichever thing that you prioritize, you go towards that kind of a career. So investment banker is one who is a financial professional who works within an investment bank or a financial institution, specializing in providing financial advisory services to, let's say, banks, corporations, governments. Even there are पूरा देश का भी एक secluded fund होता है on those notes. So Goldman Sachs and those kind of banks provide investment banking opportunities, pay very high, but have higher working hours as well. Third is a general manager. We call it Gen Man. So Gen Man basically are usually hired as a management trainee position, ताकि they can look at the industry as well as the sector that they are right now involved in. Let's say in a company like Bajaj or in a company like Godrej, he'll be given a management trainee position for around 6 months or 1 year maximum, and then he'll try to identify, while his manager or his team will also see what fits best to his kind of attitude or his kind of personality, and then he can continue on those focus areas of strength in same segment. Fourth is product manager. A product manager is a professional responsible for overseeing the development, strategy and success of a product, a very crucial part in any kind of a startup or in any kind of an established organization as well. Majorly, all of the startups that you see these days are product based, be it Paytm, be it PhonePe, be it any other product based startup. So product managers come in there. There are different levels of product managers depending upon which end of the pipeline or which end of the funnel that you are landing at and what your expertise is at. Is it designing? Is it coding? Is it launching the product? And so on and so forth. So those are some high paying jobs as well. Management consulting is something that attracts a lot of MBA grads, a lot of engineering grads as well, a lot of graduates in general. Why? Because management consulting involves providing advisory services. This has been my forte for quite a while as well. We help businesses identify what are the problem segments, what are the critical scenarios, and make a priority order on what to solve first, कि पूरा ना फटे, हर जगह आग ना लगे. At least the priority areas get resolved first and foremost, and advise on how can the future steps look like. Next is HR manager. You must have heard a lot about XLRI's HR management program. There are other colleges as well who offer HRM programs. HR manager is basically a human resource manager who is a professional for overseeing the human resources department of an organization. MBA के टाइम आपको एक कोर्स पढ़ाया जाता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल बिहेवियर थ्योरी पे, जो कि विच विल हेल्प यू इन आइडेंटिफाइंग कि we might have a lot of biases or we might deal with people in different kinds of scenarios in different kinds of ways. So how to control that in a professional segment and how to manage your human resources or your employees in a much better fashion than you might have before an MBA or before you were educated enough to do that. So an HR manager gets paid a lot as well because he's trying to keep everything calm and under control for the entire human resource of the organization. Next is project manager and program manager, another one of my fortes. I have had experiences in project management a lot. A project manager is a professional responsible for planning, executing and overseeing projects within an organization. तो आपका मान लीजिए let's say product manager ने कुछ propose कर दिया है कि क्या delivery होने वाली है. Project manager will identify कि इसमें कौन stakeholders involved हैं, कितना time लगने वाला है और कब तक हो पाएगा, what is the execution timelines, and ensures कि जो भी प्लानिंग बाय द फाउंडर या सीईओ किया गया था या जो भी प्लानिंग बाय द प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर किया गया था, दैट इज बीइंग रोल्ड आउट इन द एग्जैक्ट फैशन दैट इट वाज प्लान्ड फॉर. Similar roles are program management as well. Then comes a sales manager. A sales manager is obviously responsible for leading and managing a team of sales representative. This is one of the primary revenue builders for any kind of company, so it becomes a crucial role, hence gets paid a lot as well. If you can bring in those kind of revenues, obviously your payment will be high. It's usually tied up with a certain target segment that if you do this kind of business, you will get this kind of incentive. If you do not do that, you might get a notice period or a PIP. Next is marketing manager. A marketing manager is a professional responsible for planning, executing and overseeing marketing strategies. So similar to sales manager, but a marketing manager will actually be highlighting ki how do we make the brand shine in a, let's say, a red ocean kind of a market जहाँ पे बहुत सारे players हैं. तो how do we make our brand shine or our services shine or our products shine so that people have a recall value for our particular product. And last I would like to cover is operations manager. कि आपने प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट कर दिया है, आपका सेल्स मैनेजर आपके लिए क्लाइंट्स या पोटेंशियल क्लाइंट्स लेके आ गया है, आपके मार्केटिंग मैनेजर ने आपके ब्रांड वैल्यू और आपके प्रोडक्ट के बारे में सबको बता दिया है. एंड ऑपरेशंस मैनेजर इज अ की लीडरशिप रोल विद इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर ओवरसीइंग एंड मैनेजिंग डे टू डे ऑपरेशंस एंड प्रोसेसेस. कि अब ये सारा चीज़ एग्जीक्यूट कैसे होगा, comes under the operations manager. So these are different kinds of skill set, these are different kinds of forte, these are different kind of career options and require different kind of skill set as well as personality, so that So that's why these many options are there, but all of them are high paying jobs, which you can get after an MBA. So yeah, that's majorly it that I wanted to cover. I'm happy that I was able to cover it within half an hour. So I'm happy to take up any of your questions that you might have. Let me just check on the questions, the previous questions. Prabjot Singh has asked, "आप क्या पढ़ाओगे?" I will try to cover majorly QA and LRDI, but I can take a few sessions on VARC as well. You'll get more updates in the upcoming month in January when we have the final program rollout. Alpha Knight has asked, "I have a and would probably have 80% by end of my graduation. How like?" See, the Alpha Knight majorly there will be another video about the CAT roadmap journey and how your preparation journey should look like, where I will mention that you should not be concerned so much about whatever your profile is. आपका 10th 12th में कितना था और क्या था. I know it matters, but what primarily your target should be is a 99 plus percentile, and that is very achievable by everybody. So if you get that kind of a percentile by the practice, by improving your concepts and by doing the mocks and properly analyzing them, I don't think there will be any blockades in getting to whatever B school that you want to get at. FMS to primarily prioritizes CAT score rather than other things. Sir, I don't have any kind of experience in jobs, so will it be possible to get into IMA? Of course, like I said, CAT becomes primarily right now, your target should entirely be around getting a 99 plus percentile. The more the better. It highly improves your chances on to get the best calls that you can convert later on. Which MBA to do, which major to choose? I did not understand which MBA to do. If you're asking about HR or general management, that's again your call. Like I said, in why an MBA or who should do an MBA, that if you're looking for which major to choose, should be aligned with your career aspirations and goals. What is your goal? What exactly is it that you're looking out of an MBA program? Should be highlighting and answering that question itself, that this is the major that I want to do. If you don't have a clue right now, that's also okay. Like I said, in a B school, you'll meet people from different varieties of professions, and they will be helping you to get a better clarity on इस profession में ये होता है, इस profession में ये होता है. This appeals to me. I would want to do something like this. Sir, how much possibility? How did you prepare for GDPI in your third attempt? What do you think went wrong in the first one? Good question, Anamika. Like I said, I think I was being a bit overconfident in my first attempt because मेरा percentile उम्मीद से बहुत बेहतर आ गया था. I did not think I will be able to score that much, so I did not prepare at all. They had asked me a fundamental question on budget, which is usually rolled out during your interview stages, and I could not answer what exactly a fiscal deficit means. So that basically becomes a red flag for any kind of interviewer to give you an entry into their B school. So I was overconfident, I think. And how did I prepare? I think I was confident enough. I had career experience because I had worked with a few folks in both corporate settings as well as kind of startups. So I was fairly confident on what I bring on the table, as well as I did prep well in my third attempt because, like I said, I was considering that to be my last attempt. So I prepped well by reading newspapers, by being aware of the current affairs, and by being very confident about the skill set that I have to bring on the table. And yeah, I think that worked. So does gap years after, let's say, 2 to 3 years of work ex make it difficult to get into IIM ABC? Not usually, if you have a good enough answer for it. Because just a second, guys. Not usually. It might be an area of concern, but if you have a good enough answer that what exactly were you doing during those 2 to 3 years, you will be able to get a call and convert it as well. Like if you have a proper answer, I was trying to prep for UPSC, let's say. And what did you learn during that journey? How does that improve you, become a better professional or a person as well? If you can explain that well, obviously you will get an interview and you'll be able to convert that. Yes, for me, accomplished by MBA Finance. Hi, Khushi. I am not very sure on the investment banking side of scenarios. I did not ever pursue those kind of scenarios. So I'm sorry, won't be able to answer that question. How much possibility is there for freshers to get chance in IIMs? Very, Titli, very, because I I think around 30 to 40% of my batch was also freshers, and usually these days marketing companies a lot prioritize freshers over experienced folks because they want new generation thinkers, they want creative thinkers. तो आपका ना सिर्फ MBA में जाना बल्कि after MBA if you are a fresher also becomes थोड़ा better career opportunities at least in terms of sales and marketing because creative thinkers required there. So sir, don't have a good MBA background. Can I still make it to ABC? Because I say it isn't possible. Well, Prabjot, you'll have to wait for the actual CAT results whenever that come. Let's hope for the best. What about SBI? Will I want to be there? Yes, Alpha, definitely. So yeah, I think I have answered majorly the questions that were there. Sir, I'm in CA, trying to drop it. How do we explain the gap in the employment? Could you guide about this? Like I said, you'll have to cover what exactly did you do in that gap, and if that's worth your time, as well as you can prove you learned something there, both which improved you both professionally and personally. I think that should definitely be able to help you. Gap year after 12th affect placements. Gap year answers, like I said, in all gap year problems, so you should have a clear idea. Like whenever I am making a job switch, even if I do have a gap, I try to explain it in the best way that I was doing something fruitful. Let's say I was trying to build my own business, I was talking to folks, I was trying to build my network, I was traveling a lot, so I was trying to get cross-cultural communication or trying to improve my own personality. Those kind of answers help, and if you're confident about what exactly did you do, you did not end up wasting your entire gap time. I think that should help. Ashar, if you do it beforehand, that is well and good. I had many batchmates who were pursuing a CFA during the course as well, at least level 1 and 2 or 3. So you can do it either way, but yeah, sooner the better, like they say. We'll keep it live for 3 more minutes and then I think we'll stop with the session. When will the classes will start? Okay, the classes are, we are already rolling out some classes from this Monday onwards, which will try to cover your basics and roots so that you have a basic strength developed before you venture into the real classes. So you will get that schedule within 1 or 2 days on our website. From January onwards, it will be a hardcore 3 to 4 live lectures which covers all concepts. Until then, if you are already enrolled in the CAT course, you can go to the dashboard and do the conceptual learning. We are also rolling out the non-engineering products so that you are covered on your basics of quant. People who find it hard to appear for quant और या फिर आपका नॉन इंजीनियरिंग बैकग्राउंड है तो आपको लगेगा कि मैथ्स बहुत मुश्किल होती है. For those students, we are trying to roll out a non-engineering product primarily around 85. We have identified 85 topics which we consider कि ये तो पता होना ही चाहिए if you want to solve basic math problems. We will be rolling out those videos and putting up on your dashboard. Should that worth it? How to be? That worth it or not is entirely your call. Like I said, what are you looking for is who should do an MBA. If you are clear on that, I think it answers most of your questions. Rohit, again, if you're clear on कि आपको क्यों करना है MBA, what MBA adds on to you apart from whatever I said कि ये सब leadership skills आपको improve हो जाता है and so on, तो I think that should be a good enough answer for your justification, because I have had batchmates जिनका 10 year का भी experience था and yet they were doing an MBA with me. कुछ लोगों का और भी ज़्यादा था. They were able to explain it because they were very clear on the career aspiration and goal that they had. So if you have that kind of an answer कि this is something that you will only find at a B school, which you are not finding it in your current profession, any B school will be happy to take you. What matters a lot, what things to keep in mind? during an interview, as and when that happens, Yash, it's very important to keep mind clarity कि मैं यहाँ क्यों बैठा हूँ, why do I want to do an MBA at this particular school, why do I want to do an MBA in general, and what makes me a right fit for a B school candidate. If you are very clear on that, and plus your career goals, if you are well and good on that as well, that definitely helps and gets you cleared on the interviews. Is MBA suitable for introverts? Very good question, Preetham. I've had plenty of introverts batchmates as well. I used to be one myself, so I will definitely say yes, it is suitable. If you want to have those kind of career aspirations in line, I don't think your extrovertism or introvertism should make it a hurdle or a blockade there that I cannot pursue this because I'm an introvert. And slowly and gradually you develop your personality within a B school or before B school or after B school, that at least you can talk to people and not be so introverted, or in a sense be underconfident about yourself. So that happens at a B school, they teach you that. So yeah, you should if you want to. Written chance in IIM. Titli, again depends on your percentile. If you get a good enough percentile, like I said, right now your target should only be getting a 99 plus percentile. The more the merrier, the better chances of any IIMs or any good colleges calling you up for an interview. That's a separate process, but right now don't focus on your past performance, don't focus on your profile, don't focus on everything. सबको थोड़ा side रख के prepare entirely for your CAT only and to try to get a 99 plus percentile. Sure, great guys. That's it. That's all the time that I had for this session. I do have a flight to catch right after this, but yeah, happy to connect with you all and looking forward to your enrollment in the CAT course of 2024 from iQuanta. Thank you.